Good morning. Last time we saw a common base configuration. Today we are going to look the common collector amplifier. So collector is common. Last time we saw that one of the terminal of the transistor is made common, and we are going to give the name of that. So common base, common emitter, and common collector. So last time we saw the common base configuration. Now we are going to see here the common collector amplifier configuration. Okay, so this configuration, so this second configuration in which collector is made common. So let us see how we are going to start to draw the diagram. So it is NPN transistor. Okay, so here, so it is a collector, so here it is the emitter, and this one is the base. Okay, so now we are going to see how we are going to draw the common collector configuration. So here the collector is made common. Okay, so common means you have to connect it to the ground directly. Okay, and we are going to apply the input between base and the collector. So here we are going to apply input voltage between base and collector. Okay, so input is applied between base and collector. So emitter is the next terminal, and we are going to observe the output voltage between the emitter and collector by connecting a load resistance RL. Okay, by connecting load resistance RL, and we are going to observe the voltage, that is output voltage between the emitter and the collector. Okay, so output voltage is observed between emitter and collector. So collector is common here. Okay, so collector is made common, and input is applied between base and the collector. Output is observed between emitter and collector. So that's why it is named as common collector configuration. Okay, so this is all about input and output. So input is applied between base and collector, and output is observed between emitter and collector. So now we are going to apply a DC voltage to bias the transistor. So we know that in an amplifier there are two types of signal. First one is the AC, which is going to amplify by that amplifier, and another one is the DC, which is used to bias the transistor. So to bias the transistor, we need to forward bias base to emitter junction and a reverse bias base to collector junction. So for that purpose, we here use a small voltage source. Okay, so we can indicate here, which is connected at this point. Okay, we are going to connect here. So this positive is connected to base, so it is NPN. So positive terminal is connected to base and negative is connected to emitter, so that this base to emitter junction becomes forward biased. We named this source as VBB. This is a name given to this voltage source for distinguish. So it is a voltage source where the positive terminal is connected to the base and negative terminal is connected to the emitter, so it forward biases the base to emitter junction. So here in this case now, so base is at a positive terminal. Now if we apply a higher voltage. So here is the P type and this one is N type. So P is already has positive potential. So now if N is greater than P, so this PN junction becomes reverse bias. If N potential is greater than P, then this again becomes reverse bias. So to reverse bias this base to collector junction, so you have to apply the higher voltage source at this position, so that if N is greater than P, the PN junction gets forward bias. So you have to keep in mind that. So here is a PN junction. Okay, so this is a PN junction. If P is greater than N voltage, P, that is anode. Okay, this is anode and this is cathode. If this anode, that is P, is greater than N, then it becomes forward biased. Okay, so here so this base becomes greater than emitter, so it is at positive and this one is at negative. So it becomes, so this base to emitter junction becomes forward bias, and here if this P is less than N, okay, if this N is greater, okay, so here if N is greater, so this is double battery source, okay, so this is N is greater than the P, so therefore it becomes reverse biased. So this is the most important. So this is very important. If anode and cathode, if P is greater than N, it becomes forward biased. If P is less than N, it becomes reverse biased. So this thing is satisfied with this base to emitter and base to collector junction. So because of this base to emitter junction forward biased, so here N is at higher potential and here P is at lower potential as compared these two battery sources. So this base to collector junction is now reverse biased and base to emitter is forward biased. So this FR condition is satisfied with these two voltage sources, and you have to keep in mind that when P, that is anode, N is cathode. If P is greater than N, it becomes forward biased. If P is less than N, it becomes reverse biased. Okay, so this is the diagram of the common collector configuration. So this collector is made common to the ground. Okay, so this is a common collector configuration. Now we are going to observe the voltage difference between input and output. So here input is between base and collector and output is between emitter and collector. Okay, so between, if we observe this, so this is the base and this is the emitter terminal. So this is the emitter potential, this is the base potential. So between these two potential, the difference between these two is base to emitter potential only. Okay, so whatever this is base to emitter voltage is the difference between base voltage and the emitter voltage. So base voltage is input voltage and emitter voltage is output voltage. Okay, so base voltage is input voltage and emitter voltage is output voltage. So between base and emitter there is a difference, that is VBE. So this VBE is nearly equal to 0.7 volt because this base to emitter junction is forward biased. Okay, so this base to emitter junction is forward biased, so therefore this VBE is 0.7 volt. So that we can say that the output voltage is less than by 0.7 volt than the input. Okay, so we can say that VB base voltage is approximately equal to emitter voltage. So here base voltage is the input voltage and emitter voltage is a output voltage. So therefore we can say that Vin is approximately equal to VO, output voltage. So here in this amplifier we don't get any amplification in the voltage. Okay, we don't get any amplification in the voltage. Okay, so we get voltage same, but if we observe a current gain, okay, if we observe a current gain is nothing but a ratio. So current gain is nothing but output current divided by input current. Okay, so here output current is the current at the output side. So here is the output emitter, so here is the emitter, so therefore output current is emitter current IE, and input current is, here is the base current IB. IE divided by IB. So we very well know that IE equal to IB plus IC. Okay, IE equal to IB plus IC. Here IB is very small, so therefore we can say that IE is approximately equal to IC. Okay, so this IB is very small. If this IB is very small, then so here IB is small as compared to IE, because IB we consider that as a very negligible current. So IB is very small, so therefore this current gain is very high. This current gain is very high. Okay, so output current divided by input current. Output current is IE divided by input current is IB. So IB is small, so therefore it is very high. So we can say that this common collector amplifier is a current amplifier. Current amplifier. Okay, we know that. So here common base amplifier is a voltage amplifier, because input and output current both are same, nearly same. So therefore there is no current amplification, there is only voltage amplification. But here we get a current amplification. So input and output voltage are nearly same. So this common collector amplifier is nothing but a current amplifier. So input voltage and output voltage both are nearly same. Okay, and there is no phase inversion. So if we plot input and output, so we get the same. Okay, so there is no phase inversion. If positive cycle appears, you get the output at the positive cycle. Okay, so this is the current gain, and you have to keep in mind that the common collector amplifier is a current amplifier and common base is a voltage amplifier, because there no current is amplification, here no voltage is amplification. Okay, so next parameter is, if you observe input impedance, means input impedance means input impedance. Okay, so input impedance means it is nothing but a resistance. Okay, just like a resistance, opposition. So input voltage divided by input current. Okay, so input voltage is Vin divided by input current is IB. Okay, so this IB is very small, we know that IB is, so this is very small, so therefore this input impedance is high. Okay, this input impedance is high because I denominator factor is low, so we get the high input impedance. So see, third one is output impedance. Output impedance. Okay, so output impedance means output voltage divided by output current. So this output voltage divided by output current is IE. So this IE is very high. IE is very high. So this output impedance is obviously low. Okay. So these are the three factors you have to consider. Current gain, you get the very high, input impedance is also high, output impedance is low. So this diagram is very important. Okay, so here is the collector, emitter. Okay, so this collector is grounded, so this forward bias is based to emitter, so this reverse bias is based to collector junction. So this is FR condition. Okay, you have to also remember this condition. If P is greater than N voltage, then it is forward bias. If P voltage is less than N, then it becomes reverse bias. Okay, so this is the common collector configuration. So here only we get the current amplification, we don't get a voltage amplification. Input and output voltages are nearly same. So gain means what? It is a ratio. So voltage gain is output voltage divided by input voltage. So in this case both are nearly same, so it is approximately equal to 1. So unity. So that's why this amplifier is also known as unity gain amplifier. Okay, so this is known as unity gain amplifier. So here emitter voltage is equal to the base voltage. So here output voltage, input voltage. So emitter voltage follows the input voltage. So emitter voltage means output voltage follows the input voltage because both are same. So therefore it is also known as emitter follower. Okay, so these three names, common collector amplifier is also known as unity gain amplifier, is also known as emitter follower. Okay, so this is the common collector. So this is all about the common collector amplifier. Okay, so we are going to stop here now. So one by one we are going to complete the three configurations. Last time we completed the base common base, so this is the common collector, and next we are going to see the common emitter. Okay.